What price, if any, are American brands paying for Donald Trump's policies?
What we can see is figures like the ones you just showed, that consumers around the world, in Europe, but in other countries as well, most especially in Canada, are saying we are not interested in buying US products anymore. And more specifically, we don't want to buy US products anymore. That is a terrible reputational price to pay for US companies who have for so long benefited from exactly the fact that they are American and the sort of coolness factors that comes with being an American brand.
Yeah, let's turn the clock back for a moment here, Elizabeth. I mean, what has made American brands cool, and why is that at stake now? I mean, what was it about American brands that everybody couldn't get enough of?
It was the sense of freedom, which is why I think so many people queued up for when that first McDonald's restaurant opened in Moscow, back when the Soviet Union still existed in its dying days. But also, if we look at, for example, Coke and Pepsi, which both opened in Poland or started being sold in Poland, produced and sold in Poland back in the 70s. It was a huge thing, not because Poles particularly liked the taste of Coke necessarily, but because of what it conveyed. Freedom, most of all, the coolness of the American lifestyle. And that's what has continued in lots of countries all over the world. And that's why this is such a really a remarkable development, that consumers around the world are saying, no, we may still like Coke, for example, but we just don't want to support brands from the United States.
And, you know, I'm reminded of a time back in the 1990s. Former President Bill Clinton was asked about spreading democracy around the world after the Cold War had ended. And he said, all you have to do is give countries Britney Spears and Coca-Cola, and then the rest will be automatic. We know it's not that simple. And I'm wondering, do they really link political policies to brands such as Coca-Cola and Levi's? I mean, do they make that connection?
They do, but the challenge is that as a result of globalization, it's hard for consumers to know which brands are owned by US companies. So, for example, a local brand in Germany may have been acquired by a US conglomerate. That's what has been taking place for 3 decades.